Welcome, and keeping the momentum of 2024 going in your Purple Pants podcast, being your one-stop shop for all the ratchet, not ratchet, but ratchet shows that you love to hate to watch. I am so excited because this is something I've been wanting to do for a long time, but I've never, pulled the trigger. But 2024 said, boom, 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 we out here. So I am really excited to be covering Love and Hip Hop Atlanta season 11, really season 11.5. But I have the amazing my wife, if you've listened to Mess Magnets, but my good friend Sasha Joseph from RHAP was popping.
Oh my God. I am so excited. When you said, hey, do you want to cover Love and Hip Hop? I said, when? Tonight? Because I'm there. Just my love affair with the show is out of control. And Atlanta to me is like the number one, reality
Absolutely.
city, period, right? Like the housewives, it's Love and Hip Hop, just everything coming out of Atlanta, I'm obsessed with. So when you said, let's do it. I said, Team Scrappy is here.
You literally were like, tomorrow. I was like, no, wait a minute, girl. Wait. I got some catching up to do. So I feel the exact same way with you, right? Like, also, I feel like it kind of like ages me a little bit
Yes, me
because
too.
I've been watching Love and Hip Hop since its inception, right? Like,
Same.
since the Jim Jones and Chrissy days, since the, and I was telling my one friend, like, I'm watching it and she's like, you still watch that show? And I was like, I never stopped, right? Like when I have to work, and some days I work from home, I have like a part-time job. And so sometimes when I'm at my part-time job or I'm working from home, I scroll through my DVR and I'm like, boop, pop it in and can't stop. And it's like I haven't like the franchise of Hollywood and Miami. I really love Miami with like Amara and with Shay. Like, yeah, it's all so near and dear to my heart. And I was like, why am I not talking about this? So when I saw that they had a new season, but my DVR says it's still season 11, I am assuming Love and Hip Hop is doing what like the Kardashians used to do. And all these other shows is where they kind of like keep the season going, but they take a break. And so 2 Tuesdays ago, they came out with, I want to say, episode 16
16. Yeah.
and 17. And so Love and Hip Hop is on VH1, comes on Tuesday nights at 8. And so, yeah, Sasha and I are going to be coming bi-weekly. We're going to cover 2 episodes at a time. And we just really want to have a good time. So I, again, can't thank you enough for agreeing to do this with me. And anytime we get time together that doesn't have Chappelle in it, we have a
Period.
great time. Okay.
Not Chappelle catching straight.
Okay, right. He always catches the strays.
He's the chaotic, I think,
Oh,
of our friend
oh,
group.
okay. He definitely would be chaotic. Now, who would I be?
Uh, okay, let's not stereotype you because we did get
Oh yeah,
introduced
Saucy
to
said that's
two.
too easy. That's too easy. No.
Yeah, exactly. Um,
I want to say I I feel you know what? I'm gonna go with an Erica Dixon.
oh no. I think you're listen, if you know Erica's story, I don't think you're gonna let a man play you this hard. You know what I mean?
Right. But love is love though. And sometimes they always say if you really love them, you gotta let them go. And if they come back, then that's how you know. But
Mm,
there's even drama with that. Yeah,
exactly.
so because yeah, so anyway,
No,
little
we're not in Australia. We don't love boomerangs like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want it. Sorry. But no, because I feel like I'm Karlie Redd,
oh, so I was gonna say okay, that was gonna
but
be my
I
so you know
but I
what?
feel like that works for you too. That's why
I'm
and
gonna
you're in red.
I'll be Spice. I'll be Spice.
Oh yeah, actually yes, because you know what? Everyone respects you. You like actually have a lot of shit going on, like IRL, not just the podcast.
And I pop off. Okay,
Yeah.
like
And no, and you don't play about your friends. Like you're very particular about how friendship needs to be.
so yeah, so I let me
Then
find
maybe
out.
I'm
I'll let
Shakan.
ah!
No, absolutely. Oh my god.
Let
Although I loved her. Did you watch T.I. and
you
Tiny's
know I
fam?
did.
I
I
loved them.
for me, what upset me about Shekinah was I
Mhm.
didn't like the resolve of her and Tiny's friendship. And I
Yeah.
didn't like how, when she was like crying on live, talking about the girl. Like, I didn't like all of that because even if that were true, I just felt like as much as Tiny put you on,
Mhm.
just shut up and go away. Like, be loyal. Like, be loyal even when you're not friends.
And I think this is Love and Hip Hop Atlanta's like issue. This pat like season 11 in all. I feel like there's so much friend jumping, and I
Ugh,
don't know why. Like I am very particular. I don't like friend jumpers. It really pisses me off. And Carly, right? Like Shakina, all of these people, friend jump central.
okay, actually, I change my mind? I know
Yes.
who I would be. I'm Sierra.
Ooh.
So
Yeah.
I think Sierra is unproblematic. Sierra is just like, now, I don't know if she's faithful in her relationships because the rapper that she first we
Yes.
met her, like, and then when his son died, like, she was already kind of sort of dating somebody else. But like, I love me some Sierra, so I think that I
I
think
like that. I think you're a little bit louder than her, but besides that, I can see it too. The businesses, right?
right.
But always being messy and always in some shit.
When she served Eric with those divorce papers at the picnic table, but when she told, like, the fact, okay, this is the level of pettiness of Sierra. So clearly, Love and Hip Hop is a show. It's like the
Yes.
Housewives. It's like, like scenes are filmed. They have
Mhm.
showrunners, they have producers like that, talk about the scene before you film it. And
Correct.
so Sierra is with this man named Eric. She had gotten married to him overnight. Nobody knew. She in season 11, or was it 11? Or
Yeah, it was early 11 or maybe 10.
maybe the end of 10,
Yeah, maybe
where
under 10
she,
because she like shows up by like episode 6 or 7 in this
right.
season 11 and was like, boom, we're married.
And the friends were like, what? So it was all surprise. But as she is telling them that she surprisingly got married, she's over him. He's controlling. He's this, he's that. And so she was having trouble serving him papers. And so the fact that she got Eric to agree to have a scene with her in the park to talk about their relationship, but in real life, had somebody serve him divorce papers because she couldn't get a hold of him. And how it was real was like when Eric got the papers and like he was walking off, the things that he was saying to Sierra and the cameras were following him was like, okay, that part of it was real. So it's like, yeah, I love Sierra for that though. Like,
Where's the like Carly falling off the bench,
oh my,
right? Like gif when you need it. Cause that was me. When immediately when that person was like, hi, are you Eric? I was like, I've watched enough suits to know
so
what's going on, baby.
he was like, huh? Yeah. What? What's up? He was like, thank you. You've been served, and walked away. But it was Sierra sitting at the table asking Eric to come back. Like, Sierra.
She That's what the level of like dissonance that she has with the world, right? She just like there's like a veil almost she has where it just like the level of I don't give an F. And what happened? Why am I in it?
Right.
Because you did it.
Right.
No,
Like,
she won't. And that's her storyline. Again, these 2 episodes where her big thing is she's in shambles. That's her opening line. Her businesses are apparently all over the place, probably because Eric was helping her,
right.
maybe.
Because,
Um,
Eric said that he gave you this, this, and this, and this, and you said you did it on your own. But listen, it don't matter, Sierra. I'm still on your side.
100%. Listen, we ride or die, but like the point is, Eric is a mess, but he probably helped. And her grandma was in hospice, and later in 2 episodes, we find out has passed on. Right? There's so much going on, and her best friends aren't here to lift her up. But baby girl, why are you messing with Safari and texting him at all?
So, to Sierra's defense, okay, so let's, for the people that don't know what's going
Yes,
on,
please,
I
please.
might be a lot. So Sierra is a character on the show. There is Bambi, who was married to young
Yes.
Scrappy. I believe
Lil
they had
Scrappy.
3 kids.
Yes.
and they're currently divorced. And then there is Erica Mena, who is Safari's baby mother of 2 kids. We may know Safari because he used to date a lot of people, but more importantly, Nicki Minaj. And so
Mhm.
these 3 are like the Spice Girls. After Ginger left and after, Posh Spice said she was taking a break, these are the 3 remaining Spice Girls for the last couple of seasons. It's been Sierra, it's been Erica, and it's been Bambi.
Yes.
Now, they're having a sleepover, and Sierra decides to reveal to Erica that Safari, who Sierra says she looks at like a brother, she says her and Safari text. Erica knows about the texts because she looks at him like a brother. She was saying one day Safari texted her and was like, I want to be in a relationship with you. And Erica on camera seemed like she took it well, but in true fashion of all of these shows, it be the internet and the comments and all of this. And so, like, they unfollowed each other. All the comments were going at each other. And now Sierra reveals that she is upset at Bambi because she says when all of this was happening, she was confiding in Bambi, like, girl, what do I do? And so essentially, a lot of the internet, like Sasha was saying, was like, Sierra, you foul for even communicating with Safari. But Sierra's take is Bambi is my witness to she knows the timeline and how everything was going down. And I was confiding in her. And Bambi was like, my name is Bennett. I ain't in it, and kind of left Sierra to the internet wolves of the street.
Are we surprised? I feel like Bambi is not necessarily known to be fully in internet beef. I feel like it always finds her. Don't get me wrong. With all the stuff with Scrappy and
And Mama
Imani.
D.
Yeah, we have not introduced y'all to Mama D yet, but all of this stuff always finds her, but she's always known to be quieter on the internet compared to the rest of the castmates. But again, we met Bambi years ago because
On
she was a
Basketball
video
Wives.
vixen.
Right, a video vixen. And we met her on Basketball Wives.
Right. Oh my God, I forgot about Basketball Wives because I remember the hot tub scene with Benzino and Kirk.
Girl, you're Mama D. Okay. You're
Can't pimp a pimp. Yeah.
okay. Truth be told, I've never been a huge fan of Bambi.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't love her on Basketball Wife days.
Right.
Haven't really loved her here. Was never a huge fan of her and Scrappy's relationship. Because like over the years, Scrappy has had girlfriends, and it seems like for the majority, so Mama D is Scrappy's mom. Mama
Mhm.
D is a former pimp.
Like actually, yeah.
Right, she has some spelling delays, but we love Mama D. She has songs.
B-I-C-C, no, B-I-C-T, or I
Okay.
can't even misspell it.
B-I-C-T.
No, that's
No,
yeah.
B-I-T-C-H.
Yeah.
B-T-C-H.
In that order.
In that
is,
order.
and that is
And-
like one of Mama D's like opening lines, season 1. Is this her talking about Erica, but not Erica Mena,
Okay,
but
Erica
Erica
Dixon.
Dixon, who we see Scrappy go on
see
a date with this episode.
And Erica Dixon has been on Love and Hip Hop since maybe Atlanta since season 3. At first, she was together with Scrappy.
Yes.
Then they broke up. But then due to Erica's relationship with the other ladies, she has always been somewhat of a staple on the show. Then, if you watched Flavor of Love,
Yep.
you'll know Shay, aka Bucky. And so Bucky has made an appearance on Love and Hip Hop. She's now on Love and Hip Hop Miami, but Shay and Scrappy were dating. And during that time, Mama D and Erica were feuding, and Mama D loved Shay and still loves Shay to this very moment, which has caused even more drama in later seasons.
Mhm.
And so Scrappy has always had these kind of like love affairs that go in and out. And so it's been Erica, then it's been Shay, and now it's Bambi, and now him and Bambi for the last I want to say if this is season 11, maybe season 9 and 8,
Mhm.
Bambi and Scrappy were in the honeymoon phase, making babies. And
A lot.
season, okay, a lot. Season 10, we started to
Shambles.
have
Yeah.
issues. Shambles. Uh the what's the tour? The Millennial Tour.
Oh, Millennium Tour. Yes. Oh,
Yep.
which I should have gone to.
You didn't. So mind you, I went to the. So wait. Okay, this podcast is chaotic already, and I love it. So as the pandemic was hitting,
Mhm.
the Millennial Tour came to Philadelphia, and me and my friends, we went. And let me just tell you, it probably was, we had horrible seats, but it probably was one of the best concerts that, like, for me, I didn't realize Bow Wow has so many hits.
Oh, yes.
And I didn't realize he was such a great performer.
Oh.
The Yin Yang Twins did they like the way we was up in that stadium lit, just like jamming. And so that was like Millennial Tour Part 1. That was on Part 4 or 5. They did air
Yeah.
Carrie Hilson, Crime Mob,
Oh.
Little Scrappy.
Oh, my husband. Yes.
And so the Millennial Tour plays a part into Love and Hip Hop because Crime Mob, nut if you buck, right? Nut if you buck, one of their rappers is named Diamond. And
Hoo-hoo.
before Little Scrappy was on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta with Erica, back in the what was the magazines called? The like What's Rap or What's Up or What's Rap? Do you remember those like magazines that would
Yeah,
have
yeah, yeah, yeah. I just don't remember the name, but I had them.
I used to go to the store to my
Yeah, because I used to have the J14. The rappers used to be Omarion used to be in a bunch of those too, but no,
and
well, Benzino had the rap
yeah,
magazine.
he had Benzino had the source.
Yeah, the source.
But so there used to be like, before there was the Instagram, before there was all of that, the way that you would get your gossips, kind of like People
Mhm.
Magazine and like T, but they had like the urban editions where they would have like all the little groups and stuff. And so like Diamond and Scrappy
Yes.
were a couple.
Mhm.
And so the Millennial Tour comes back into play. I'm just trying to give y'all some basis for
And
all
Diamond
of
did break Scrappy's heart and
alleged.
left him allegedly and left him for Soldier Boy.
Okay, that's
Yeah. So and that was like Scrappy's storyline, like coming into
going
Love and
on
Hip
to
Hop.
Love and Hip
Yeah.
Hop, right? And then
Mhm.
again, so maybe you're right. Maybe I don't want to be Erica because you're right. Because that was his intro into Love and Hip Hop,
Yes.
and
He was all
him
sad and shit. Yeah.
and Erica and him kind of rekindled their flame
Yes.
again.
Mhm.
And yeah,
I think
so
it was Hip Hop Weekly. I feel like
Hip
that
Hop
was the
Weekly,
one.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. But it was
was
another
it?
one like Wraps Up or something
Oh,
because
I remember Hip Hop and like it was literally Hip Hop and Hip Hop Weekly, or maybe that's the same one.
I
Oh, Word Up.
Word Up.
Duh. I looked
So
up
let
these
me tell you
magazines.
why.
Yes,
Let me tell
Word
you
Up.
why I
Duh.
used to love Word Up because mind you, okay.
Oh, and there's a wrap up. You're right.
Yeah,
So both.
listen, I know.
Well, Word Up is the one I actually now remember now that I see it.
So
Yes.
first of all, I used to be a huge B2K fan.
No,
And mind you,
yes.
y'all say, why are we bringing B2K up? Because guess what? Amorion, Lil Fizz, they was over there running Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. And we can't even get to that. But mind you,
No, because Ray J's
I
in it.
I used to, back in the day, there was like a Rite Aid maybe like a mile and a half up the street from my house. And so when I get home from school, like my mom would be at work. And so like I would walk to the Rite Aid and I would go to like the Word Up magazines. And my room at the time was like filled with
Yep.
like posters. And
Same.
so like I always wanted like the B2K posters. And so I may or may not would sometimes like go to the Rite Aid after school and just the
Not the 5-finger discount.
but it technically
Oh
wasn't
my God.
shoplifting because, like, I didn't take the magazine.
Just vandalism. That's it.
I would.
Oh my God.
But
We would just take the magazine from Walmart, like under all of our
yeah,
groceries.
you sit on top of your bag or your bacon, like So yeah, I used to be obsessed with B2K. And so, but the Millennial Tour comes back up because maybe 2 years ago or a year, they revamped it after because Amorion was headlining it, and
Mhm.
then him and Bow Wow got into this thing, and then Bow Wow started headlining it. So then they got other people. So they
And then
asked.
Omarion gets embarrassed by Mario. On a versus. I remember that was like, oh, Marion's done. And we haven't heard from him since.
And so the thing about yeah, I just feel like Amarion is just ahead of his time with his
Y-
music, right? Like he wanted Amarion wants to be an international pop star,
Yeah,
but his fan base is R&B. So
correct.
it's like, I never like to touch. And so even at the Millennial Tour, it was Amorion and Bow Wow, and Amorion went first, or no, Bow Wow went first, and then Amorion headline. Baby, we was sitting down for Amorion, and I love Amorion, but
Oh,
like
that sucks. But because it's a different vibe. I think Bow Wow's songs. Yeah, I'm dancing too. But
he,
not Omarion.
yeah, and again, Amorion was doing like album cuts, and the
Oh,
Millennial Tour prior to that, B2K was headlining it,
yes,
but
that I
due
remember.
due to the drama on Love and Hip Hop,
With
when
Pretty Ricky too, remember?
and Pretty Ricky, and Pretty.
Love and Hip
Wait,
Hop
time
Miami.
out. Pretty Ricky was at the one that I went to. I used to love Spectacular. Ugh.
Oh,
Yep.
duh. I think that was everyone's number
And
one, correct?
Spectacular was on Love and Hip Hop.
So was Baby Blue
Oh,
and Pleasure
and
P. No, all four
Pleasure.
of them were on.
Let me just find. It's so funny because like that's why I love Love and Hip Hop Hollywood so much. Like they had all my people on there.
Yeah.
But okay, back to the story. Get me together, Sasha. So
No, don't, because I am a talker. Anyway, no, it's fine. The point is Scrappy and Diamond have
Diamond, yes.
history.
So then they went. So they went on they have history. They went on tour. And then on season 10, the storyline was that Bambi discovered that Scrappy and Diamond were texting. And some of the text messages she discovered was, "Come to my bedroom. What's your room number?" So that was alleged. Scrappy says they were just being friends. They get a divorce. And now, at the day after they get a divorce, are the BET Awards. And Diamond and Scrappy are hitting the red carpet. And
Look
the
a
blogs
mess. Yeah.
are eating them up. Like they looked a mess. Now, I saw what Diamond was going for, right? Like I didn't think Diamond's outfit was that a mess, but yeah, it just
I think she's so beautiful, first
she
of all.
is.
Every time she's on the show, I was like, that is just not how I thought Diamond would still be looking.
Now,
Just everything looks beautiful.
she looks the same from like 20 years
Yeah.
ago. Like she really is like Diamond is super, super beautiful. It's just another random thing if you loved Crime Mob, because mind you, I can't remember the other rapper's name. But
Oh,
it
don't
is kind of
ask me.
sad that like how beautiful Diamond is and how like refined she is. It does suck that
Mhm.
she never really had a solo career. Like she never even tried to put out a song.
I mean, I feel like Crime Mob almost stopped putting out songs. Oh yeah, it was Princess was the other one.
Princess.
Yeah. Um, I don't I don't remember any of them coming out with more music.
Yeah, like and mind you, and the music that they are doing, they're only doing their like, but anyway, because they only like because how many crime? I only know one Crime Mob song.
Oh, we know you know two. You know Nuck If You Buck.
Nucky You Buck, and what's the other one?
Oh, the no. Oh my god. Now me forgetting that I got 32 flavors of that.
Okay, bubble gum. All right, okay. So I know
Now me
two.
forgetting. Yeah, okay, those are the only two I also know.
But listen, kudos to them. If you could talk, like but so yeah, kudos to them. And so season
Yeah.
11.2 is now that Scrappy is divorced, and now he's like this big thing. It's like he's taking someone on a date, and they're all wanting and leading us to believe that it is going to be Diamond, because in the beginning of season 11, Diamond was filming scenes on Love and Hip
Yes.
Hop.
Which can I just say I was so confused because Diamond has always been presented as this like elusive, really like has quote unquote made it compared to everyone else on the show, blah blah blah. listen, we know the truth, but it's just, I think it's the way the Prince of the South, Scrappy, is just in love with her. I think maybe that, and Mama D, which is why, but that's why I was like, not the princess, like Mama D's like actual daughter-in-law who Mama D wants so bad is here.
Available, has time. Okay.
Still, oh, and then we know stilettos as well.
Oh,
So yeah,
stilettos.
three
Yeah.
like
Stiletto. Yeah.
your hips. How do we forget the name?
Okay. Right. I'm sorry. 3.
We know 3. Woo! But yeah. So anyway, the point is Diamond is back in the mix, and we're gonna see more of her. But what chaotic, right? Always is bringing the receipts. So we do find out that although they were pictured together, the pictures don't do anyone justice, and they were sitting not together. They were sitting 3 rows apart. So I think this plays into Scrappy's hand a little bit, that maybe they aren't as quote unquote together as the world wants them to think. But Bambi is dragging them because Bambi goes 05 trash.
And that's what they look like. And mind you, like, that's honestly what they look like. But for young Scrappy, well, actually, no, I do, because he definitely has refined himself over the years, because there was even some stints on Love and Hip Hop where he was looking real flabby and like not the
Oh, and they
greatest.
call him out every fight he had. They're like, "I look at how you look. Don't fat shame my man."
But he looks good now. Like, I was looking
So
at him
good.
in some of these confessions, I was like, with his teeth done, like he's got it
And his
together.
neck. It's
It,
just so
the,
hot.
yeah, I mean, Scrappy don't do it for me
Ooh, no, Scrappy
exactly.
is like a type that I didn't know I had until I saw him on Love and Hip Hop, and I was like, that.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm here for it. And so Erica is back. And now Erica and Scrappy is you're the one that got away twice.
It's
And
Diamond. It's not Erica. But anyway.
all of these things. And so we do know that off of the show, because through the Instagram and the blogs,
Yep.
that Scrappy and Erica, I don't know if maybe for the show, if we'll see it play out or whatever, but allegedly they have gotten married.
I mean, there's videos of them like in the hot tub, in the jacuzzi together, and every time I see them, I'm like, this is mom and dad. Like, what's going on? Are my parents back together? Like,
And
I'm confused.
And I would love it. They have their older daughter, Imani, who we've literally seen on the show grow up. She is now like 18, 19. She be going back
Yeah.
and forth arguing with Bambi. But unloving hip hop related, Diamond has recently done an interview with Carlos King. And it seems like Diamond's attention is no longer with Bambi, but now with Erica Dixon. And now they are going back and forth. Diamond is essentially saying that she's always been number 2. And why would you take a man back after, like, you've always been number 2?
He dogged you out. He dogged you out multiple times.
So, I mean, I'm still team Erica Dixon.
We all listen. There was a time where we didn't know her name. He only called her baby mama, and that's what we knew her by, right? Like, girl, stand up. No, I love her. Like, that's my ride or die. But I just feel like Scrappy, since minute 1 of season 1, has been doing her dirty.
Yeah.
She rubbed his feet, remember?
Oh my God, I forgot about that scene.
It was the most awkward scene in Love and Hip Hop history, because he's like, you don't put, like, not giving me enough attention. And then she sets up this whole like candlelight date, and she's like in lingerie. I wanted to die because he's like, I just want somebody to rub my feet.
Side note, do you remember what that apartment looked like that they lived in on season 1? First of all, it was like the outdoor, like it looked kind of like a motel a little bit. Like,
no, it it was given started from the bottom. Now we here. We'll just say that.
Yeah. But
his only good popular mainstream popular song is with Crime Mob. I think
yeah. Well, it's with Crime Mob because it's no wait.
Nuck If You Buck, I believe, right? Is with Lil Scrappy. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, Scrappy's big song is "We don't want no problems, no
Oh,
problems.
right.
Ooh,
Mhm.
we don't want no
Yeah,
problems,
yeah,
no
yeah, yeah,
problems,
yeah.
no." Ooh. Now that Scrappy in that time frame, now that Scrappy was my type. This Scrappy, not so much. So that's Lil Scrappy
Yes. And Erica and his universe.
and all of those other people that come with it.
Correct.
They
Oh,
did
and Money in the Bank.
how
I
Money in
got
the Bank go
Money in
though.
the Bank.
Money in the
Not forgetting that was no, you know the song.
Money in the Bank.
No, I got money in the bank. Shawty, what you do?
Oh, okay, Shorty, what you drank? Oh, okay. I mean, that
No one canceled me over that horrible.
yeah, Scrappy got one hit to his name, but
Period. But anyway,
here
no, sorry. Let's move
we ain't
on.
hating that though because like market yourself. Like again, getting on Love and Hip Hop was one of the best things that he could have ever
Yes,
done. Uh,
100%.
because and listen, you can still tour with that song. But Love and Hip Hop they kind of played us a little bit with this season 11 still continue, which is really like 11.5. They
Mhm.
really hyped up the fact that Saucy Santana was going to be on here with Zell. We know Zell from Love in Hollywood, and Zell's kind of just been all over the place, even been on Basketball Wives because he's friends
Yeah.
with Malaysia. Um, but they really sold us that, Saucy Santana will be on this season. So we're 2 episodes in and we've seen 5 seconds of Santana.
And
But
listen, line of the season already, right? Because I was like, we're together. I'm a dog still, blah, blah. And Saucy said, and I'm a dog walker.
walk him like a dog, sis. Uh So yeah, we'll love to see more of Saucy Santana. I do know
Mhm.
reports just recently came out that RCA Records, I don't know if they dropped him or Santana was released or he walked away or didn't renew, but he is now a free agent.
Mhm.
And he has, just released a new song, Standing on Business. But that's what we got from Saucy Santana.
Yeah. And it's interesting because we do have speaking of and Zell is they have broken up.
Child, they broken up. Then he was Chef D again. Then he's
Yeah.
not. But then, literally, like over the weekend, Saucy just posted a photo with like him and Zell kissing. So I don't know.
Okay, well, never mind. I cannot get on this roller coaster, is what I'm saying. So let me get off it. And speaking of the records, right? That's the other piece now of all of this is that there is some love in hip hop. There is some hip hop, some music part of this. So Karlie,
Oh,
who since season one
uh,
has been trying
Gucci
really hard.
Chanel, my Gucci Chanel. Now y'all have to know that meme clip of Karlie trying to perform with Stevie J and Jocelyn walks in. Gucci Chanel, my Gucci Chanel, my Gucci Chanel.
It's the way you actually know the lyrics. I could never. Because all I was like, oh, she's gonna die. Jocelyn is gonna kill her.
And this is, I want to say season 1 or season 2,
Yeah,
when
yeah, yeah. Very early.
actually, which first of all, I feel like I'm all over the place. Please just go with me. But
No, it's fine, y'all. This is our intro pod. It is what
right,
it is.
what I loved about that season back, season 1 and season 2, and what I respected about Karlie even then was that like the name of the show was Love and Hip Hop. So it was like she really was trying to put out
Yes.
music. And even though it was a mess, I want to know that I forget. It's like Gucci, Prada, Gucci,
I
Chanel.
don't remember. That's what I'm saying. I just remember Jocelyn about to kill her to be
Right.
like,
Like
you cannot work with my man.
she is like, what is this? What you got? What you got on the show?
You are 50 years old. Oh my God. And
Mind you,
then K. Michelle, you marched with Dr. Martin Luther King.
you shook the table. Oh, you
You're
shaking the
shaking the
tables.
table.
But here's the thing, though, right? A lot of people hate on Love and Hip Hop, but Love and Hip Hop has successfully launched the career of K. Michelle. It has successfully launched the career of Cardi B. And to all the other people that are on the show, it has given them jobs
Yep.
consecutively for a decade. So, or you can look at Kirk and Rashida. They're kind of Rashida. She was a rapper back in the day. Now I used to know some of her songs.
Yeah. Put them on and make them want a man.
Mary, yeah. Now I ain't never know
That's the
that
only one I
song.
knew.
The
Because
show,
that was
no,
the only one.
she had another one where it was like her, Candy, Rashida Candy. They had like made a remix to like a
Oh,
song
wow.
that was and Trina was on it. It was like this girl, you about to have me go on the YouTube. But So Rashida was a rapper back in the
Mhm.
day, like in the 2000 eras, where essentially Ann Kirk was her manager. She was popping in the like, like I knew a couple of Rashida songs. However, they got on Love and Hip Hop, and like some people compare Rashida's place on Love and Hip Hop to like Candy Burris of Atlanta. Like
Yeah.
they are like she's got businesses out the wazoo. Like she has a lot of different things. Now, mind you, she has been through the ringer on the
Her
show.
man is literally community penis.
He had a baby. They brought the baby mom on the show. Like, then he moved the baby mom into the apartment. Then and listen, Rashida's mom is similar to Candy's mom because Rashida's mom drove over one of Kirk's four-wheelers. I will never forget that.
His bike. Yeah. The best. Ah, what a mom.
She rolled it over. But
Her little minivan.
she
Yeah,
lit and backed up. I think she backed up.
and the thing is, it was at a party. So, like, everyone got to see it. Like, this isn't like a random thing they did, blah, blah, blah. No. Rashida's mom is the
She did
queen.
that. And so they've been through a lot, but they're in a great place. They have what is it? What's their last name? Whatever. They got a bistro.
Frost.
Frost
Oh, not me.
Bistro.
Yes.
They've opened up other places. And so like they're relatively successful.
Mhm.
They've got a lot of things going. I did see this interview that Kirk and Rashida did, where they were talking about Rashida's music because a lot of people like K Michelle back in the day, they made fun of Rashida's music. But mind you, I was supposed to be looking up some of these
It's
songs.
fine. I can look it
But
up.
Kirk was saying to us how a lot of the songs that people make fun of Rashida for making, or they said was corny, they own the masters to. And so they were saying how within this digital era, how they will put up create an Instagram reel and then put a Rashida song, Bubblegum, in the background and play it, and like how they can in real time see the streams jump. And like they were essentially saying that like from owning the masters of Rashida's music that everyone is saying so corny, like they were saying that they make like $100,000 a month
Wow.
streaming alone from her music from just owning the masters.
Oh, and that's the thing. The way we're able to see the industry, I feel like it gives us so much more insight into like what goes on with these artists, especially these smaller quote unquote artists, right? Or artists that are like they have broken, but they're not maybe reached mega success yet, right? And they're not like these, even though Jim Jones was
Right.
on it. So like I don't know that
I
counts.
love Jim
But
Jones now, but no, now
him and
Jim,
Chrissy.
now Jim Jones.
I mean, Olivia was on New York. I mean, New York had like heavy hitters.
New
For
York, I mean,
music.
and New York was the staple. Oh, so it's
Yes.
bedrock. Remember, I can make you
Oh,
bedrock.
yeah.
So Rashida, Toya, Diamonds, Lola, and Candy, they have this remix to
Oh
it.
my god.
So it's only on YouTube. Now, mind you, that used to be my jam back in the day. And so I would just want
Oh
to say,
yeah, here it is. What
yes,
the heck?
they had a whole little remix to it, and I used to like Rashida part on that. So I'm just saying, Rashida has some jams that you would like not expect to like. But where were we? So they're like the married, established.
Yes.
People always look to them for constructive criticism. But so
Yeah.
you were saying Karlie and her music.
Yes. So those are like the love of the Love and Hip Hop, right? We have Rashida and Kirk. There's one more couple. We'll talk about them in a little bit, but Karlie is, like I said, has been trying right really hard to break. I feel like almost break into the music industry. I don't know if there's a kinder way to say this because there are a few songs, but every time we meet her, she's trying to break in but usually there's a man involved that is, usually helping her. Ooh.
Lua Pradi Gucci. Yes.
Ooh.
Pop them tags.
Can't
Louis
wait.
Pradi Gucci. Lua Pradi Gucci. Pop them tags.
I When I tell you, I will never remember a Karlie Redd song, but I'll remember every like storyline she's had and every man she's dated, because
It
that's
was
Karlie.
right. It was her shoes when she was doing it. Like they zoomed in on her shoes because she was like, "Look, we're proud of Gucci." But here's
And
what I
probably the
will.
Charlotte Russe shoes that we all the wet seal.
Here's what will say about Karlie.
Mhm.
Businesses. Like Karlie seems to always have a steady
Yes.
income, right? Like we're very unsure of her age because they've been calling her 50 and as saying that that was old 10 years ago. So
Yeah,
I
I
don't
think
really,
she's, like, actually 50 now.
I think she's probably like 55.
Oh my god. That would
But,
be crazy. No, I refuse.
but like Sasha was saying, in these
Mhm.
last 2 years, and mind you, I even have it on my iTunes. Karlie has been making strides in the dance hall music. And hold on, wait, I want to just go
Mhm.
to my actual
And
iTunes.
that's the song actually in what like where we meet Saucy Santana and everyone is that she is premiering her song Henny and Vibes
Honey and Vibes.
with TJ.
But her song in 2022, which was on season 10, with Spice, who is on this season, and
Yep.
somebody else, it actually went #1 on the dance hall charts on iTunes. And so, like, it really kind of, and mind you, it's a jam. Like, I actually have it on
Mhm.
my iTunes. It's on my like get ready, going out, get ready playlist. And so, like, she actually has really been making waves in the music industry. And so again, kudos to her, but it also kind of sort of comes at a price to her friendship with Spice, who Spice is a dance hall queen in the Caribbean. She's very popular in the Caribbean, and
Mhm.
her wanting to break into the US market, she came to Love and Hip Hop, and she's been on Love and Hip Hop maybe 5 years now. And so people love Spice on the show. She has very deep connections, but I want to say it wasn't until 2021 where she did her song with Shaggy
Yep,
and
and
Sean
Sean
Paul,
Paul.
which
Yep.
is a jam, that she actually it went #1. She got
Yes.
nominated for a Grammy,
Grammy.
and it
Yeah, which
really.
her friend Mita nominated
Oh yeah,
her.
I'm not Mina.
Yeah, I believe it was me. That's
So
who nominated
that's
her.
right. So that's who nominated that, or that's
Yes.
who like put her name up. But then
Yeah.
Mita is like if you watch the Housewives, Mita is like a friend of the show.
Yes.
That was like Spice's really good girlfriend, but Spice, after all this huge success, then Spice had some complications due to some cosmetic surgery, which
Mhm.
left her in a coma. Then people thought she was dead. Then she did this photo shoot. Do you remember that photo shoot where she was
I
like,
said, yeah, she did a pregnancy shoot. That is what it is. Like, that is what I was like, oh my God, Spice is pregnant. Like, how did this happen? Like, who is she dating? Blah, blah, blah. Because Spice was also, just so folks know, maybe season 10 or 9, I can't remember, but was dating a producer from Love and Hip Hop. So he went from behind the camera to the front, just like a Candy
like
and
a
Todd.
Todd?
Yeah. If y'all watch The Real Housewives of Atlanta. So yeah, and I don't even remember his name, but like I can remember his face. Irrelevant, doesn't matter. And I'm like, are they back together? What the hell? Like, what's going on? No, turns out it was a rebirth of herself.
Now, prior to all of this, because it was essentially her almost dying,
Mm-hmm.
we as the people, because just again, I keep saying, like the Kardashians, and why I keep saying the Kardashians, Love and Hip Hop has takes plays out of the Kardashians where we will see things in the media time
Yes.
in our real time and not really know what the heck is going on. And then when we get the Love and Hip Hop trailer, now what the Kardashians are good at doing is that like the news will break about something and then a week later the new season comes out. Now,
Yep.
Love and Hip Hop, they haven't caught up that fast because
Well, that's just
it's
the Kardashians allegedly run their own. And they leak the stories
true.
themselves.
With Love and Hip Hop,
Allegedly.
this be real people fighting in the comments, going back and forth, that like makes the Shade Room, makes Hollywood Unlocked, makes the Jasmine brand type of tea, and we're like, oh my God, what's going on? Only months later we see it all play out. And so with Spice doing this pregnancy shoot but then revealing it's like coming to life, like we were like, what the heck, that's so weird. We didn't understand until the season came out that she almost died.
Yes.
So it makes more sense now that we know. But then I guess there were some drama with,
Because Spice is very particular about friendship.
yes,
And she believed that her friends didn't come to visit her except for Karlie and Mita.
Mita.
Yeah, but turns out, allegedly, because there's still so
Allegedly.
much mess here that we aren't 100% sure about. Maybe it'll come out in the reunion. But Shakina says, no, I wasn't given the info. That's why I couldn't show up. I didn't know where to fly in. Karlie is saying, here's the text. We told her where to come.
And everyone else, like Rashida and other people, are saying, like,
Yes.
Karlie said that the family didn't want people to come. And Karlie was like, well, I didn't know what you wanted me to say. So there,
A lot of gatekeeping.
right. And so after, and this is season 11 for sure. After Spice is in recovery and people are just very so happy to hear her, a lot of the storyline is about how they couldn't get in contact with her, and the only person that they knew was in contact with her was Karlie Redd. At this very same time, we bring up this friend Mita again, who nominated Spice for her first Grammy. Now, Karlie becomes very good friends with Mita, and Karlie has her song with Spice go to #1. And now, I don't know if Mita also nominated Karlie, but a lot of people are in Spice's ear, like Karlie is only friends with her now because of the access and what the things that she can do, and that like Karlie's not really a good friend. And people are now alleging like, oh, Karlie's not a good friend. Now, if you've been watching Love and Hip Hop for as long as Sasha and I have been watching, Karlie is a lot of things, right? Like, she has a lot of men.
Yes.
I mean, but listen, but kudos to her, right? I feel like if Karlie was a man, they wouldn't be questioning the amount of men that Karlie has. But again, they're not like, they claim her like they're her boyfriends. Like, young
And
Jock.
almost every single one of them have almost proposed.
Right. Almost.
In every single, like, I'm telling you, and these are all like real bookmarked times in Love and Hip Hop, when Benzino opens the ring and closes it. Life Jennings opens the rings and closes it. No, and she's had, like, her men are top tier. Like, as in where you're just like, oh my God, I didn't know. Like, in the moment, they are the moment, right? Like,
right.
Now Benzino, you'd be like, oh my gosh, Benzino, what the hell? But in that time, he was running Source.
Yeah. So so Karlie's known for keeping a man, known for like having businesses. And so, but the one thing that I always feel like is I always felt like Karlie's relationship on the show with Spice was real.
Yeah.
Right? Like, there are a lot of antics that Karlie does. And so now Spice is not talking to Karlie. Now Karlie is on this like weird apology tour of trying to get Spice to see her and all this stuff. Then this is where it gets weird. Karlie buys a home directly across the street from Spice.
And that seems to be like Spice's biggest issue, even in these 2 episodes, like where Spice goes to trauma therapy with Rennie Rucci. We don't need to get into Rennie Rucci maybe today, and that's okay.
Right. But I love I do know one Rennie Rucci song, but that's it. But
good, better than me. But it's just Spice is like dealing with a lot of trauma, and not from her surgery. Or her surgery is just a cherry on top of everything else. And there's, actual real triggers that we, learn in the episode. But to me, it seems like you've just been done so dirty by people that any one thing that your friend might do or not do, it's curtains. Like, you're immediately going to blow up on them. And that's why I think her and Karlie are so, adversarial. I think because Spice just hasn't confronted anything.
Right. And then last season, or maybe this actually could be the reason why season 11 took a break. Erica Mena, who we know was on Love and Hip Hop New York. She was dating DJ Envy. She exposed DJ Envy back in the day. So like, Erica
and
Mena
Rich Dollars.
And Bow Wow.
Oh, she has a baby with Bow Wow, right?
Wait, no, that's the other girl. She don't have a
Oh,
baby.
oops, sorry.
She doesn't have a baby with
She
Bow Wow.
was engaged to Bow Wow.
She
Sorry,
was
yeah, that's what
engaged
it
to Bow
was.
Wow. And so, you know who Erica Mena reminds me of? If you watch Basketball Wives, she
Hmm.
reminds me of Evelyn Lozada.
Oh, yep. And
Like,
both colorists. Wow. No,
mm,
I'm just.
and so Erica Mena, who at the time was in and out of a relationship with Safari, her and Spice got into this altercation because Safari was telling Spice that Erica Mena didn't like how concerned Safari
Hmm.
was for Spice. Now, Safari is also from the Caribbean, and so him and Spice have a very brotherly sister relationship. And in my opinion, if you see the type of women that Safari likes, I think Spice is beautiful, but I don't think that
Yeah.
Spice is his type. And so there was this tension between Spice and Erica Mena, and we should have known it was trouble because the peacemaker or the person that brought them together was Shekinah. And at this, which was the season 11 part 1 finale,
Yeah.
was Erica and Spice got together, and they were trying to work things out. And Spice, one thing led to another. Spice says something to the fact that, like, your own children don't like you. Erica
Yeah, and
has
Erica's has an older son that it's been a storyline that her son doesn't claim her, blah blah blah. This is like unfortunately something many people have dragged Erica for.
right. And so Spice says that Erica does what K Michelle says. Oh, you're shaking the table. She flipped the table and they just started going back and forth. And then Erica, in their back and forth, started using racial slurs, started referring to Spice as a monkey and this and that. And the thing about how VH1 handled this kind of always
Hmm.
like pisses me off, right?
Yeah, a lot of people were frustrated with how all of this came out.
So it came out, and of course, after the episode came out, it delivered the ratings that VH1, I'm assuming, wanted and intended. And but a lot of people were like, how could you have somebody on this show like with these racist, like clearly we know when you call a black person a monkey,
Hmm.
specifically Spice is a dark-skinned woman. Like, we know what you are trying, like, we know why you said it. And so then after the episode, VH1 issues they issued a statement that they issue, we don't condone this type of behavior, blah, 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 blah. And essentially Erica Mena was fired from it. Now,
Yeah.
my issue with VH1 is, why do we have to wait until the episode airs for you and public outcry? Like, why was she not terminated 4 months ago when y'all filmed this?
Because they needed her. Listen, at the end of the day, capitalism beats everything. And you can't tell me otherwise. Because why is she in confessionals? She should have never been in the confessional. And you know what? They should have sold it. Something crazy happens in episode 14 or whatever. Stick around and you'll know why Erica isn't in confessionals.
Right. Because it's like, because my question is, say the public outcry wasn't that demanding, would Erica still be filming?
I mean, she's done different versions of this, right? Like like on Basketball Wives. I feel like she said stuff, maybe not to this extent, because I mean, it was really gross and hateful. But I feel like this isn't something new. There's some clips of her that I've seen that I don't think Love and Hip Hop like put into the show, but I don't remember. But I definitely saw it on Love and Hip Hop's Twitter account, and she's like doubling down on what she said. She's like, "Well, I just said it, and I'll say it again because
Mm,
if you come from my son, blah blah blah." And she's like, "I'm blacker than most of y'all, or I'm just as black as you. I'm Dominican, right?" Like Evelyn has said this on Basketball
oh,
Wives, right? Like this is nothing new. Because she said that she's Afro Latina, which I don't believe is correct. If you look up her history. But anyway, the point is like, don't it's weird to like just I think her saying like I wish you died, Spice, is shitty, but like it's in the
right.
heat of the moment. We've heard people say much worse on these shows, but I don't
M-
think you need it to be racist. I think there's
Right.
so many other things. Zell said it, right? There's so many other things you could say about Spice.
Yeah, and then you're making monkey sounds, like you know what you were doing, Erica.
Yes.
Like, so it's yeah, and so that was the season finale.
Hmm.
And then it came back 2 weeks ago, but again, as season still 11, episode 16, and then this week is 17. So yeah, I mean, I feel like
Yeah, is there gonna be like a random reunion in a few episodes? Like,
so
what the
I would
heck?
imagine because we didn't have a reunion from that. Like
Yeah.
so I
They
yeah, I
did
don't
the round table,
about the
basically.
racial discussion
Yes.
though. Yeah, so that's not a reunion. So
No.
I am curious to know how many more episodes we will get. But Love and Hip Hop, similar to Atlanta, some seasons have like 27
You're right.
episodes.
I don't even remember. You're so right. It's because I just be watching.
Right.
It's interesting because in the start of episode 16, they say last season.
Right.
And then they say coming up this season. So I feel that it's edited to be its own season. And then you're right that they were like, it doesn't feel right. We didn't do a reunion. Let's just put it all together to kind of save our ass.
I also wonder if it's a money thing, right? Like, because clearly some of these scenes are filmed new. Like watching
Hmm.
Zell and Saucy Santana, I like I've seen some of these clips. I wonder if this is a contract thing, right? Like if it's not a new season, we
Mm.
don't have to pay y'all nothing, right? Like,
Or do the pay increases? Yeah, only go it up, right? Every season you have to renegotiate. You're not going to
right.
negotiate in the middle. Like a Rashida and Kirk probably have more leverage, and they could, and they probably did. But I don't see the Rennie Rucci and there because there's like a young girl. There's always in Love and Hip Hop like a young women trying to break into the rap
Into the rapper,
industry. So we have Rennie Rucci, we have
Gucci,
Amy Luciani,
and
and Eric.
Erica Banks,
Yeah,
who is out of the three of them. I
yeah,
only really knew Erica Banks
yeah,
and Rennie
same.
Lucci. I didn't know the other
Yeah, Amy Luciani. I didn't
Amy,
know.
but I actually like what Amy brings
Hmm.
to the show.
Yeah,
And I like what Erica Banks brings to the show. I like who Rennie is, just only because I have heard some of her music in like the up and coming, but I haven't heard any recently. But yeah, they're the three young female rappers that we have right now.
yeah, and they're again, Rennie and Amy for these two episodes don't really have a storyline. They're just kind of there. Rennie is part of the Spice like anger management storyline as well because Rennie has a lot of stuff. She just lost her mom, so there's some stuff going on which I'm sure is gonna come up. Rennie and Erica Banks had a huge fight last season, and Rennie got a little sucker punch in. They haven't met since. So
Haven't
I
met
think
since.
that might come to a head, in these next few episodes.
Rennie also got into it with Erica or
Yes.
Amy because allegedly, like songs, like a song that Amy wrote made its way to Rennie, and
Mhm.
Amy felt like Rennie should say something about it. But in my opinion, Amy, your business ain't right because no song that Rennie is putting out, her record label did not clear. So, like,
Correct. She
what?
probably signed the rights away,
Right. So it's
unfortunately.
like, what Rennie got to do with this? But it seems like Rennie and Amy have made up.
Mhm.
We love that.
Yeah.
So
They they show up to Spice's record release party like twinning. So we know that equals everything's all good. And Erica Banks now. She seems to be the apple of Chaotic's eye currently. Again, sorry we're talking so much about last season, but like they've not ended the season. So here we
right.
are. Erica and Amy Luciani were both kind of the apple of Chaotic's eye. Chaotic wanted to be, and I quote, in a polyester relationship. Yes, he said polyester. Obviously, we know what he meant. But when I just love that the producer corrects him and Chaotic goes, you know what? No, I didn't mean polygamy. I actually meant polyester because I'm going to wear them out.
Bless his heart.
Yeah. So Amy did though thankfully fall back. She's like, I'm not gonna be one of many. If you're mine, you're mine, especially if we're having sex. Erica also seems to say that, but she's very much like just wear a condom currently. That's their status.
Right.
So yeah. You do
in the
you, boo.
chaotic situation with Amy and
Mhm.
the other girl, what's her name again?
Oh, Erica.
Erica.
Yeah,
I really want to take Amy's side because I feel
me
like
too.
last season, aka this season, Amy went to Erica and asked her, and Erica made it seem like, no, that's like you got it, you got it. But then we
Mhm.
see in other scenes that they are filming and dating, and like so, like I that makes me not like Erica. Also, my question is, who is chaotic?
I knew Chaotic, the rapper.
Okay, so
Yeah.
name a chaotic song.
Now don't play me on that.
Okay, like
I'm telling you, I just because I just he's been around, I feel like, but I
so
cannot
is
name any
that
songs.
so the chaotic that we have seen these last 2 seasons, that is the rapper chaotic, like, because I'm with you, like,
Yeah.
I've seen the name, sounds familiar, but there is no name, song
No,
recognition that like,
correct.
okay, all right.
Listen, and that could be his problem because Chaotic and Erica Banks, currently it seems like both of them now are gonna go on a solo artist journey. And I don't know that Chaotic is the person we are trying to hitch our wagon to,
Right. And
Erica.
Erica Banks has had successful
Yes.
TikTok songs. They were 2 years ago, but she has had successful TikTok songs and is potentially like she is potentially somebody with all of the girlies that could be one of the upcoming girlies. Now, she's no Sexy Red. She hasn't made it
No.
like Sexy Red or Lola Brooks
Or
or
what's the girl from Love and Hip Hop Miami?
um
One of Trina's, the rapper from Trina's rap.
but did none of them made it
Yeah,
though?
yeah. One of them did, I forget her name. She was in the WAP music video.
Oh, you mean Sukiana? Sukiana. Oh,
Sukiana,
your
thank
girl.
you.
Girl. Listen, we Sukiana has been made it. We love Sukiana.
Yeah, but
We
I
love
feel like we
Sukiana.
Sukiana wasn't before Love and Hip Hop, correct? Or am I before
So, Su-
Miami?
so Sukiana was Love and Hip Hop Miami, but Sukiana, similarly to Sexy Red,
Okay, okay.
was bubbling up with like her
Got it.
ratchet music, but
Mhm.
Love and Hip Hop definitely like boosted her career
Okay, gotcha.
to the point that it's like, where is the music? You know,
Yeah.
Sukiana is more kind of like influencer and a personality. But no, oh, we
Mhm.
love Sukiana.
Yeah.
So I mean, listen, this was a lot,
Yeah.
but this was our re-intro back into the
Yes.
Love and Hip Hop franchise. We will be covering the rest of the season every other week. So we'll do 2 episodes at a time. We would love your feedback, your thoughts. Let us know in the comments which Love and Hip Hop you remember. And let us know when the other franchises come out if this is something that you want Sasha and I to do. Before we go, Sasha, let the people know where they can find you. And if you don't know, Sasha be booked and busy. What else you got coming out over
Yes.
there?
Bryce joined us over on Mess Magnets. On Rob Has a Podcast. I talk with Kirsten McKinnis about celebrity culture, vibes, gossip, any mess is happening. We're talking about it. But we did things a little different this week where we said we want Bryce on to talk all of your submitted mess. So we had listeners submit their anonymous mess to us and we just reacted. I mean, to cheating stories, to military mess, you name it. We talked about it. So check that out on either on the Rob Has a Podcast YouTube channel. Because listen, our faces are so good. You should watch us. But if you want to subscribe to the feed, of course, where Rob has a website/mess feed, check that out. And with Chappelle, I cover Below Deck Med on the Bravo TV Wrap Ups feed, which is some of the Purple Pants podcasts do get dropped into that feed as well. So check that out. And I just wrapped up Disney Plus or Marvel's Echo with Jason Reed on post show recaps. Everything is super feed. So check that out. Great representation. Honestly, great show for what Disney did. It's a chopped and screwed show, but we love it. Okay. And for everything else I'm doing, just follow me on Twitter at funsize_04. And thank you, Bryce. Like,
Thank
this was so
you.
fun.
Yes, and we'll be back in 2 weeks covering more of Love and Hip Hop. Also, one correction, I forgot. MTV picked
Ooh.
Love and Hip Hop Atlanta up.
You're
So,
right, not me. I literally, the background here says MTV, and I've
MTV.
been saying VH1.
All the other love,
Whatever.
yeah, it is what it is. Y'all know where to find it. We'll be back in 2 weeks. See ya.